In today's class, we'll be learning masking and motion guides. Lecture 7. Masking and motion guide. Before learning masking technique, let us see how a mask animation looks like. So here is an example of a mask. So I'll just show you how a mask is done. So here we have created a spotlight effect using the mask or masking technique. Okay, so we'll see the same example how to create this easy animation and flash. Okay, so to create this animation, we'll go with file new. Okay, so new document. Okay, the first thing that we need to do is create the text that you want to mask. So here I'll say flash animation. Okay, fine. So okay, so the color is white, so it's not visible. Change the color to black. Okay, fine. Now if you want to adjust the text, go for adjusting the text using the free transformation tool. Okay, and center it on the stage, then go for adding one more layer. Now after adding a layer, if you want, you can lock this right, so we'll lock this. We'll go for creating a circle. Right, so we'll fill the circle with white color. Fine, so we'll use a selection tool. Alright, sorry. So we'll use a selection tool. Right, fine. So after creating a circle, then we'll add a few more frames. Create a motion tween. Okay, add a keyframe. Okay, now this frame is not visible because we have not added the frames. Go for adding a frames. Okay, now it is visible. Now what you do is you create a motion tween. Okay, there's the first frame, and in the last frame should be somewhere here. Now when I create now the next thing is we need to create a spotlight effect. For that, what we'll do is sorry, it's not created. Okay, so create a motion tween. Okay, now we can see all the text together and the ball is moving. Okay, to take things a little further, click on default button on the layer 2, select mask. Now a mask has been created. Now if you see what happens, okay, so this is how we create a spotlight effect. Fine, so go to tools, test movie, or you can also press Ctrl plus enter. Right, if you want to edit this, go for again mask, unmask it. Okay, so I think here we need to increase this size of this. I think here we need to increase the size of unlock it, increase the size of your graphic. So this way it gives you a little better. You can copy the same frame and the first frame so that both the frames are equal. If you want, you can place it here. Okay, now see. Right, so first frame is here, last frame should be here. Okay, so fine, once again go for applying the mask. Now see what happens. It's very simple. So if you want, you can make some small changes, and congratulations, you have learned how to mask in Flash. Next thing that we'll be learning today is creating a motion guide. So before we understand this, let us see how motion guide works in Flash. So to give you an idea, I'll show you how motion guides work. Right, so this is an example of a motion guide. Okay, right, so here you see the movement of the butterflies going in different directions. So that is created with the help of a motion guide. So we'll set direction for this, or I have set a direction for this two butterflies, one starting from this direction and going to the other way, another starting from this direction and going to the other way. So whatever the direction we set, based on the direction, the animation or the animated thing will move. Okay, so let's go ahead and see how to animate motion guides. Okay, we'll take a new file, new Flash document, click on OK. And this is very simple to do with. Okay, so it's not that complicated as it looks. The first thing we need to do is we need to set a background. Go to import, select import to stage, because first we want to set the background. Select garden and say OK. Now we need to adjust size of it. Click on the free transformation tool, and okay, so just adjust the size of the image so that it exactly fits on the stage. Right, fine. Now this will remain as background of our animation. Okay, so we'll add one other layer. So this is where we are going to add a signboard named Flash. Okay, so body color here is white, so we'll change it to black so that it is visible. Then if you want, you can take a box, or okay, here it is black, we'll add white. Okay, fine. Now we'll just drag this text on this. Okay, so fine. So we'll make a small correction here. Go for adding text on this. Okay. Flash affiliate, search Flash. Change the color, make it black. change the select the color and select black again. Okay, just pull it on here. Right, fine. Adjust it. Right, done. So we'll just add a small stick or signboard. Right. Okay. Well, okay. So we'll select this whole thing and we'll move it on. Fine, we'll use a back arrow and we'll place it at a comfortable position where. Okay, so once we are placed with this, okay, now we have added a background, we have added a flashboard, then we'll add one more layer. So this is where we are going to add a butterfly. Now go to file, select import and pick import to library, not to the stage, because uh, the GIF will be added in multiple layers, which we don't want. So once you add this, you will find many images that are being added up uh, in your library session. We want this symbol, which Flash automatically converts it into a symbol. And if you click on the start button, it will show how it animates. Okay, fine. So once you have this, you just pick it up, and we need to change. We need to adjust the size of this butterfly. Okay, so that our working area is smaller, we need a smaller uh, butterfly. Now what you do is, we want this butterfly to move from here to this direction and a guided path. Okay, so before we create a guided path, so let us change the direction of the butterfly. We'll set the direction of the butterfly. Okay, so fine. Now we have set the direction of this butterfly, and as it is a GIF, it will automatically animate when it flies. The next thing that we are going to do is, we are going to add few more frames. Okay, add a keyframe. We go. Okay, so the other frames are not visible. So what you can do is just add a frame here, and automatically the other frames will also be visible. Okay, so that's the advantage of working with frames. Now you have the animated graphic here. We need to create a motion train. So what you can do is copy this frame, okay, to the last frame. Yeah, fine. Now we need to set a motion. So first frame here, and the next frame we want right, sorry, in the first frame the butterfly is here, and the last frame we want the butterfly to be in somewhere here. Okay, so fine. Till here it's very easy. So let us see what happens when we test the movie. Right, sorry, so I forgot to create a motion train. We'll create a motion train. Sorry for that. Okay, so fine. So now we have a motion train. Let's see how our animation goes. Okay, so we have a butterfly that starts from here and flies in the straight direction to that area. So this is something which I want to change. I want to set a motion guide. So what I'll do is, I'll click on okay, if you want you can lock the second and third layer, because we don't want to commit any mistake. So click on this third layer, okay, and say add motion guide. So a motion guide is added. Now what you do is, we need to set a path to this butterfly. To set the path, we'll be using a pencil tool. We'll start from here. Okay, and we'll make a zigzag movement. Okay, and finally, okay, fine. Now we have set the path. Now we need to tell the butterfly to move in this path. So what you have to do is just click on this. You will find a dot. Okay, just hold the mouse button and bring it and leave it here. So that is the starting position. Go to the last frame, and here we need to tell. Okay, again same thing. Just put on your cursor on this small dot, hold this dot and leave it. Okay, now see what happens when you move it in the reverse direction. So the butterfly moves in the same direction. Okay, so we have set a path to the butterfly. Now let's see what happens. Okay, was it not beautiful and easy to do with? Right, fine. So we have one butterfly. The same process can be repeated. So you can add one more layer. Okay, so if I click on butterfly, you can say add layer. You can add one more layer here. Okay, now we are going to insert another butterfly in that layer. So we'll pick up the butterfly here. Okay, so obviously the size has to be set. Resize this butterfly size. So right, so we are going to fly this butterfly from this area. Okay, so now we have the starting frame, then we'll add a keyframe. Now in the keyframe, I want this butterfly to be this side now. Now after that, the next step is creating a motion train. Select the frames, create motion train. Now, so right, fine. The next thing that we need to do is click on fifth layer, add motion guide. Now here again click on motion guide, use a pencil, and okay, so use a pencil and we'll start making okay, so we'll start making a path for this. And what's the next step? So we need to set this butterfly to the path. So click on the keyframe, hold, this is a very important step. So just hold on the circle, hold your mouse button, leave it on the path. Second thing, go to the last frame, and okay, so if you click on the mouse you may not be getting the exact location. So sometimes it takes with default, but the best thing is just hold on the circle and that's it. So if you see, we have set a path and test movie. Fine. I hope you enjoyed the session. So it's very easy to go along with animating, adding motion path to an animation. So sky is the limit. Try to animate, try to challenge your creativity, and definitely will explore new ways of animation.